Is Africa about to be the new Dubai? Bro, I just found out that Egypt has been building a $60 billion super smart city, which will not only have one of the tallest buildings in the world, but it's also going to include self-driving cars, self-driving buses, AI-powered traffic systems, and the world's fastest speed train. Bro, you think I'm lying? Let me show you what this super smart city looks like right now as we speak.
Have you ever stood on a quiet street late at night and wondered what comes next? Not just for you, but for all of us. What will our world look like in 100 years? Or even 50? We are constantly moving forward, driven by an unseen force. A deep human need to build, to create, to improve. The story of humanity is written in the cities we build. They reflect our greatest achievements. They reveal our deepest flaws. From the stone roads of Rome to the steel canyons of New York, each city tells a story about who we were and what we valued. But what if the next chapter is already being written in places we have not yet seen? What if, right now, somewhere on this spinning blue marble, blueprints are being drawn for cities that defy everything we know? Cities without cars, cities that float on water, cities that are built not for profit but for people. When we speak of hidden cities, we are not talking about mythical places lost to time. Atlantis El Dorado. These are not secrets buried under the sand deep in the jungle. No, these hidden cities are hidden in plain sight. Hidden in the bold proposals of today, ambitious projects just beginning to break ground. Hidden from our daily lives because they are not yet complete. They exist as ideas, digital models, massive construction sites in remote corners of the world. They are the seeds of the future, quietly growing beyond our immediate view. These projects are more than just new collections of buildings. They are grand experiments in how we live together. Each one is an attempt to answer some of the biggest questions facing our species. How do we house a growing population without destroying our planet? How do we create economies that are fair for everyone? How do we use technology not to isolate ourselves, but to bring us closer together? Imagine a city with no roads, no cars, no pollution. Now imagine this city is 170 kilometers long, but only 200 meters wide. This is not a dream. This is the vision for the line, part of the ambitious NEOM project in Saudi Arabia. It is perhaps one of the most radical ideas in urban planning. Instead of spreading outwards like a traditional city, the line will grow in a single continuous ribbon. It is designed to house 9 million people in a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. This is a complete reimagining of what a city can be, a bold statement against urban sprawl. The design of the line is built on layers. On the surface, there will be a pedestrian-level parks, homes, school shops. Everything you need for your daily life will be within a 5-minute walk. There will be no cars to dodge, no noisy traffic. Below the surface, there will be 2 hidden layers. One layer will be for infrastructure and services. The deepest layer will contain an ultra-high-speed transit system. That train will travel from one end of the 170-kilometer city to the other in just 20 minutes. It is a model of efficiency and convenience. The technology behind the line is just as futuristic as its design. What if a city could make its citizens wealthy? Not just some of them, but all of them. This is the central idea behind Telosa, the brainchild of Mark Lohr. Telosa is a proposed new city in the United States, built from scratch on a model called equitism. The name comes from telo, a higher purpose. The goal, a more equitable and sustainable future, founded on bold design and a new economic philosophy. Core idea, land owned by a community endowment. As land value rises, profits return to citizens. That revenue funds social services, education, healthcare, housing, and grants. In theory, every resident shares the city's success. It's an attempt to fix wealth inequality caused by land speculation. The plan, a city for 5 million people built over 40 years. Sustainable features, eco-friendly architecture, renewable energy. Water reuse and recycling. Streets for pedestrians, cyclists. For centuries, we have looked to the land to build our homes and our civilizations. But what if our future lies on the water? As sea levels rise, coastal cities face the threat of flooding and new ideas emerging. Floating cities. Oceanic City is the world's most prominent vision for this aquatic future. Backed by the United Nations, it is a concept for a sustainable, resilient community that can float on the ocean's surface. It's not just a plan for a new city. It's a potential solution for millions living in threatened coastal areas. The basic building block is a hexagonal floating platform. Platforms connect like puzzle pieces to form villages, then a whole city. Each platform is anchored to the seafloor, stable enough to withstand storms and hurricanes. The city would be completely self-sufficient. Food produced through ocean farming, vertical gardens, power from solar, wind, wave energy, zero waste. Everything recycled and reused within the community. Life there is a radical departure from life on land. Of all the visions for the future, none may be as ambitious or as radical as the Venus Project. This is not just a plan for a single city. It is a comprehensive blueprint for redesigning our entire global civilization. Started by the futurist and social engineer Jacques Fresco, the Venus Project proposes a world without money politics poverty. It envisions a future where technology is used to its full potential to create a world of abundance for all humanity. At its heart is the concept of a resource-based economy, where all goods and services are available to everyone without the use of any form of currency or trade. In a world designed by the Venus Project, cities would be circular in their design, with central domes housing schools, research centers, cultural hubs. Automated systems and advanced robotics would handle almost all labor, from manufacturing, agriculture, transportation, city maintenance. While some future cities are still just dreams on a computer screen, one project has already risen from the desert sands. Masdar City in Abu Dhabi, UAE is one of the world's first attempts to build a fully sustainable zero-carbon city. Construction began in 2008, making it a real-world laboratory for green technology and sustainable urban design. Envisioned as a green oasis, Masdar is a model for thriving in harsh climates without harming the environment. It serves as a practical test of ideas others are still exploring. The design blends ancient Arabian architecture with modern technology. Narrow, shaded streets channel breezes and reduce air conditioning needs. Buildings are oriented to minimize solar heat gain and built with low-carbon materials. The city is powered by a large solar farm and rooftop solar panels. The original plan included a personal rapid transit system, small electric driverless pods running beneath the city, eliminating cars on the surface. As a living project, Masdar faced the realities of practice. We have journeyed through deserts, across oceans, and into the very fabric of our economic systems. We have seen the line's bold geometry, Tolosa's promise of fairness, Oceanix's aquatic frontier, the Venus Project's radical social redesign, and Masdar's real-world experiment. Each of these hidden cities offers a dazzling vision of a better world. They promise to solve our biggest problems: climate change, inequality, pollution, and social division. They are born from a deep and noble human desire to create a perfect place, a utopia where humanity can flourish in peace and prosperity. But as we look at these grand blueprints, we must also confront a difficult truth. The history of humanity is littered with failed utopias. From planned communities of the 19th century to the rigid housing projects of the 20th, our attempts to engineer a perfect society have often fallen short. The reason is simple. Cities are not machines. They are complex living ecosystems made of people, and people are messy, unpredictable, and beautifully imperfect. So are these cities the definitive blueprints for our future, or are they simply magnificent dreams? The answer most likely is that they are both. They are dreams that can help shape our reality. It is unlikely that we will all be living in straight-line cities or floating metropolises by 2050. The future will probably be a mix of the old and the new. We will continue to live in the sprawling, historic cities we call home, but hopefully, we can infuse them with the lessons learned from these bold experiments. We can make our existing cities greener, fairer, and more connected. What makes a city truly great? Is it the height of its towers or the speed of its trains?